magnet, he was just pulling them. Other gopis were eating their evening meals, having bath or applying cosmetics. But they stopped at once, and even though their clothes and ornaments were in disarray, they rushed out of the house to meet Krishna. So they didn't even, take time to dress up properly. The clothes also, because even if they were changing, and the minute they heard the flute, they just did something fast and then they rushed. Their husbands, fathers, brothers and other relatives tried to stop them, but Krishna had already stolen their hearts, and so they refused to turn back. Some of the gopis could not manage to go out, however, and so they remained at home with eyes closed, meditating upon Krishna in pure love. So we saw that there are different types of gopis, because those are in Ujjvala Nilamani, it is explained that there are Nitya Siddha gopis who are always with Krishna. The Ashtasakis, and then the gopis, so millions and millions of gopis who are there in the spiritual world. And those who have become perfect by the practice of Bhakti Yoga, Sadhana Siddha. The Sadhana Siddhas are also in two categories: those who belong to a special group and those who do not. Those who belong to a special group are also of two kinds: the Shruticharis, coming from the group of personified Vedas, and the Rishicharis, coming from the group of sages who saw Lord Ramachandra in the Dandakaranya forest. By no means were any of the gopis ordinary human beings. Some of the gopis are Devakanyas, daughters of the demigods, and they are partial expansions of Nitya Siddha gopis. So that is what, there are different types. It's not that all were of the same. Some were Nitya Siddhas and some were even the Shruticharis or personified Vedas. They are also Sadhana Siddhas. That means they are not perfect. They are also purifying themselves to become a gopi. And Municharis are those rishis who are perfected, and then now they are perfect as rishis, but to become a gopi is altogether completely different kind of, total surrender is on a very elevated platform. So they even had to undergo some purification, and that's why even Lakshmi Devi, she wanted to be join the Rasa dance, and for that she had to give up her identity as Lakshmi Devi, as the wife of Narayana. Anyone who has to come join the Rasa dance, they have to be completely in the mood of servant of Krishna, or servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna, with no false ego at all. Like how Krishna just calls them and then tells them to go anything. So Lakshmi, she didn't want to give up her position as Narayana's wife. So Krishna said that you cannot dance in the Rasa Leela, but I can keep you in my chest, and that is why that golden streak is in Krishna's chest also, even though she is also in the form of that golden streak on Narayana's, also in Krishna's, because she also wanted, she was attracted. She is Narayana's wife, and even she is attracted to Krishna. So what to speak of ordinary, human beings? There's nothing wrong, or it is very natural, or it's perfection that you may be married and yet you are attracted to Krishna. And it's nothing to do with gender actually. Even some men may have Madhurya Ras. Many of our acharyas are all gopis. So it is described by Srila Kavi Karnapura Goswami in his commentary on the 10th canto that those Sadhana Siddha gopis that associated with the Nitya Siddha gopis became completely purified. Thus, even though they associated with their cowherd husbands, by the power of Yoga Maya, they remained untouched by sexual contact, being situated in purely spiritual bodies. When Krishna played his flute, these gopis were able to join him, even though their husbands tried to forbid them with sticks in their hands. Other gopis, however, because of not having the association of Nitya Siddha gopis, were not yet fully purified, and by sexual union with their husbands they gave birth to children. Later on, they also became fully purified and situated in spiritual bodies. But for the present, Yogamaya failed to help them, and so they could not go to meet Krishna. For these gopis, the intense pain of separation from Krishna burned away the remainder of their karma. And as a result of their meditation upon Krishna, the Lord manifested himself to them so that they could embrace him within their hearts. So Krishna manifested himself also within their hearts, and that transcendental ecstasy exhausted all their accumulated material piety. So that material piety also has to go, because material piety means we want to have material enjoyment through those pious activities. In this way, these gopis immediately gave up their material bodies and they could go in their spiritual body to meet Krishna. In essence, the acharyas give this explanation. To the degree that one becomes advanced in devotional service, the transcendental aspects of his body become prominent and the material aspects diminish. So the more we chant Hare Krishna, we are connected to the internal energy. Krishna has got two energies, internal and external. And we are marginal because we are both body and the soul. And the more we identify with the body, then we are connected more with the external energy. And the more we do devotional activities, then we get connected with the spiritual, transcendental. And the material aspects diminish. When one achieves pure love of God, material portions of the body disappear. The body becomes completely spiritual. That means you may see them as having regular bodies, but it is transcendental because they are serving Krishna completely. Nevertheless, so as not to disturb the false opinions of atheists and to protect the confidentiality of devotional service, the Supreme Lord usually has the illusory energy exhibit the demise of a gross material body. So that is why we have, even Krishna himself, he left his body. Then Balarama was absorbed by the snake. Snake came out of his body, but sometimes even devotees, they are fully spiritual, but still, because just he wants to protect the confidentiality of devotional service. Many atheistic people, they don't believe in the spirit at all, right? They don't think there's anything that's called spirit. And for their sake, Krishna did this so that they're not too disturbed. They think, they also have a material body. And that is why this latest film, the Kantara which has come, even it is how the deity, Devi, she enters the body of people and then she speaks and all that. And that is having a lot of impact on youth, because they don't have any experience of or knowledge even about Atma. They don't think it exists. They think this is all superstition. What is this Atma? They don't even think about it. And it seems like some far-fetched thing. But somehow, because this movie made a lot of attention, it drew a lot of attention and a lot of publicity also, they saw, and people are very much impressed. They are affected by it. Because in that, they actually see how the Devi enters, and it's so realistically done that they are affected by that. So, this experience, it's a fact.
Mataji, is this really, Devi can really enter the body? Usually ghosts and all I've heard entering the body. But how can Durga Devi enter the body?
Why not? Of course, Paramatma, Krishna is entering her body.
No, Paramatma is already there, but Devi, because in my place also, mother's place, during Navratri time, there's Rajasthani ladies who will say, मेरे body में देवी है, they'll dance and jump and
yes,
like
yes, देवी
मुझे कभी विश्वास
तमोगुणी देवी जो है वो एंटर करते हैं.
I don't know, I don't have that faith and that thing कि really enter करती है देवी. I have a faith कि ghost can enter because it's tamasic.
She's not ghost.
No, I'm just saying ghost is tamasic, so they enter into tamasic people, right? But
Ghost enters in
Devi is so pure, na? Durga Devi is a Vaishnavi herself. So how can a Durga Devi enter into somebody's body who are
She does not get impure. She does not get impure. See, just like Krishna enters even a very lowly body, cockroach body, also Krishna is there. He doesn't get impure. Devi enters our body, she will not get impure. She is transcendental body.
But why would Devi? Just
no, because she wants us to hear her, no? She uses somebody, say she wants to speak to someone. Like there are many people, if you want to know what is the problem and all that, you can go. The reason is, they will say something. Like if you have a question and you go and ask, Because Devi is speaking, she will tell some things which ordinary people won't know. Why you're suffering, for example. They'll say this happened and all that, she will tell. That is why they have. And so Anand wanted to see Kantara, and I've heard so much, so I went because I heard that youth are all very interested in it, so I wanted to see what is it. And that is very good because it is Tamogun people, I mean the people in the tribal area and all that, but the Devi, they are worshipping the Devi, and she is this thing, and very nice acting. The person, he said that even he really got it. He really felt, taken over by the Devi. So it is happening. So through that, you can, I mean, for us it's nothing. We know that Krishna, we are Atma, we are not the body, and Krishna is within our heart and all. But for some people who have no such knowledge at all, that they are actually soul, and then Paramatma is in our heart, so for them it's a very shocking experience. And then it makes them think that we're not just the body. And even for us, it can we can become much more focused that see, actually Krishna is there. Krishna is there in a spiritual form. Every minute he is there with us. We are wondering, will really Krishna help us? If I call my name, chant his name, will he really, will that happen? We have so many doubts, but no, he is there. If Devi can do that, it's very nicely done. That
mostly what I've seen is Devi entering into these tribal people only, like not very educated or something, They are saying, I have not seen where educated people saying Devi entering.
You know why? Because educated people have too many doubts.
Don't believe in.
They are very atheistic. They think I know better, I'm very intelligent and smart. And because they're not so surrendered. When you're not so skeptical, when you're surrendered and simple, then the spirit. It's nothing to do that this is for low people. No. It is because they're not polluted. This modern education makes you atheistic. Ever only believe in body and mind. They don't have any knowledge of spirit. That's why.
In South Kerala, this Naga Pratishtha they do, and Naga Krishna, as he said, that Nagadev enters and whatever there.
Nagadev also enters.
In South Kerala, that is so much it is there.
South Canada.
Udupi, Mangalore and all, everywhere they do Naga Puja. And Naga Pratishtha they do. That time a person is there, not all. 1, 2, 3 people are there. Only in them the Nagadev enters, and then all question and answers, and they say it's almost.
I know,
yes,
true.
And they will tell like this one you did this and you do this prayashchita and all. They will tell, and they will be this. Like it is a lot. Like even in my parents' house also, one small farm. There Naga in almost all houses everywhere, like too much Naga Puja is in South Kerala, and Kerala may be there also. So there he goes there, and they can make out he will be totally different that time.
Total different.
Huh?
Total different.
Total different he will be, and for that some hour we should. There is some rules also for that. Then he will come out. Then he will be another person. So there usually it is there.